Good morning, everyone, friends, community members. Today, on the Hebrew calendar, is the 11th day of Nissan. The 11th day of Nissan is the Lubavitch Rebbe, the Chabad Rebbe, birthday. 118 years ago, the Lubavitch Rebbe was born, and the Lubavitch Rebbe started, and didn't start, but he brought the Chabad movement to where it is today. There are between 4,000 and 5,000 emissaries of the Chabad Lubavitch Rebbe around the world. And thank God for the privilege and the honor of being one of the Chabad Lubavitch Rebbe's emissaries right here in Warwick, Rhode Island, covering the West Bay community. I hope to God that me and Shoshana and family are doing our job well and correctly and inspiring the people here to study more Torah and do just another mitzvah. So here we are today, the 11th day of Nissan, the birthday of the Chabad Lubavitch Rebbe. And I'm encouraging my friends to go online, put in Chabad Lubavitch Rebbe, Rabbi Menachem Schneerson. You can put in Rabbi Rebbe, Chabad Rebbe in Google and read about what the Rebbe was trying to accomplish. The Rebbe wasn't trying to convert anybody. The Rebbe wasn't trying to gain membership. The Rebbe wasn't trying to raise money. The Rebbe wanted people to realize, Jew and non-Jew, that every human being is an angel from God here on earth. True, yes. We are not part of the animal race. We are part of the human race. And every person has the power through mitzvahs and good deeds to transform this world and make it into a place where God is welcome and feels comfortable, and turn this physical universe into a dwelling for God. And every mitzvah we do could tip the scale and bring about the Mashiach and the redemption speedily in our days. When the Mashiach comes, the world is going to go back to the way it was when it was first created. When the world was first created, there was no disease, no sickness, no viruses, no evil, no temptation, no competition, no terrorism, no war. When we tip the scale with our good deeds, the world will be returned and brought to a state of complete goodness, the way it was when it was first created. So here I am today, wearing my talis and my tefillin. I just finished my morning prayers. If you have a talis or you have tefillin, please do a mitzvah today. Put on your talis and your tefillin, even for 1 minute, and say to God, we are sick of disease. We are sick of this exile. We need redemption. We need Mashiach. And your mitzvah, tefillin or talis, if you don't have a talis or tefillin, put a coin in a charity box. If you don't have a charity box, go online, make a donation. But today is a very special day when we could connect with the Rebbe and bring Mashiach now. I'm here at the Chabad house. No one's here because there's no minyan, there's no services. But I do have a few things to show you here at the Chabad house. I have over here a few pictures that maybe you can see. The first picture is a picture of me talking to the Rebbe. Could you imagine? I'm so lucky and privileged. I was able to meet the Rebbe face to face. Here it is. Can you see a picture of me and the Rebbe? I was a young teenager at that time, and the Rebbe was giving dollars. The Rebbe was very big on giving dollars to people to encourage charity. Thousands of people would line up and meet the Rebbe and get a blessing. Thank God for that privilege, and I hope to continue that tradition, encouraging others to do charity, good deeds, and mitzvahs, especially today, for the Rebbe's birthday. Here's another picture. This is a picture of the International Chabad Lubavitch Shluchim Convention. The Rebbe's emissaries. Can you find me in the picture? I'm the guy with the black hat. You see me? Let me see if I can find myself. I know I am somewhere in the middle. Let's see. Oh, here I am, right here in the middle. Oh, it's too blurry. Sorry. Come one day, I'll show you the picture. But yes, there are now thousands of Chabad Lubavitch emissaries around the world. And here's another picture, a picture of the shluchos, the emissaries. They have two conventions. One convention is for the rabbis and the men, and one is another one, different time of the year for the women. You see, you can't send women and men to the same convention because who's going to watch the kids? You have to make separate conventions. So when the women go, I watch the kids. When the men go, my wife watches the kids. There's another rabbi here today. His name is Rabbi Mendy Reinitz. We're trying to stay 6 feet away from each other. But he is a very nice rabbi, and we're very lucky to have him. He's married to my daughter. God bless them to have a binyan adiyad, an everlasting household in the Jewish people, and be in good health. So I am here today at the Chabad Center. I am right here at the Ark. I'm opening the Ark so you can see the Torah. If you're watching, I encourage you to close your eyes and pray. Pray that Mashiach should come right now. Pray that everybody, especially your friends and family, should be healthy and well and protected from any harm. Pray that all the good deeds that are being done today in the world, so many medical and health professionals are sacrificing themselves and dedicating their lives to saving other people who are sick. There's so much good deeds. People are sharing with each other. People are caring for each other. The scale must be tipped. Mashiach has got to come today. So here I am for a moment of silence, and you can pray for whatever you want. And imagine that you are in the synagogue, right in front of the Ark, right near the Torah scroll. Pray for good health and happiness, protection from any harm, redemption and peace on earth. Pray for your children to do well. And here is a moment of silence. Continue your meditation and prayer. Two things I want to add. One is, it's important to verbalize the prayer, not just meditate it. The Jewish rabbis explain that if you want your prayer to come down to earth and not stay in the spiritual reality, when you verbalize and you move your lips, it actually physicalizes that prayer, and it makes the response from God come into your physical reality. So it's good to, during the moment of silence, to verbalize, move your lips, and say the prayer with your lips. If you're available and you're ready to join me, say along with me. Shema Yisrael Adonai Eloheinu Adonai Echad Baruch Shem Kevod Malchuto Leolam Vaed V'ahavta et Adonai Elohecha Bechol levavecha uvechol nafshecha uvechol miyodecha v'hayu hadvarim ha'ele asher anochi mitzavecha hayom al levavecha v'shinantam levanecha v'dibarta bam b'shiftecha b'veitecha uv'lechtecha v'aderech uv'shachbecha uv'kumecha Ukshartam lot al yadecha ve'ayu letotafot beinenecha uchtavtam al mezuzot beitecha uvish arecha. Now you can say in English, Hear, O Israel. Together, verbalize the prayer. Hear, O Israel. The Lord is our God. The Lord is one. Blessed be the name of the glory of his kingdom forever and ever. You shall love the Lord your God with all your heart, with all your soul, and with all your might. And these words which I command you today shall be upon your heart. You shall teach them thoroughly to your children. You shall speak of them when you sit in your house, when you walk on the road, when you lie down, and when you rise. You shall bind them as a sign upon your hand, and they should be for a reminder between your eyes. And you shall write them upon the doorpost of your house and upon your gates. And then the prayer continues. Another important part here. So that the days, your days, and the days of your children may be prolonged on the land which the Lord swore to your father to give them, for as long as the heavens are above the earth. Now, one more important part in the third paragraph, and that is to remember the days that you were in Egypt, and God has redeemed you and taken you out of Egypt and brought you to the land of Israel. I am the Lord your God, who have taken you out of Egypt. So, my friends, we are getting ready for Passover. Are you ready for Passover? Let's see. You have matzah. Right? Here's the 5 main things for a Seder. Matzah, bitter herbs, kosher for Passover, grape juice and wine, horseradish, and a Haggadah booklet. If you need any of those items, please let me know. If you live in the Warwick surrounding areas, we have grape juice, and we have lots of extra matzah and shmura matzah, and we have egg matzah, whole wheat matzah. So we have a lot of hundreds of Haggadahs, booklets, that we'd be happy to get to you so you can do the Seder. You can also download the Seder, the Haggadah, online. You can go to Chabad.org, put in Haggadah, and you can print the entire Haggadah. But it is a mitzvah to tell the story of Passover. So if you can do the mitzvah of the Seder, that would be very nice. Remember, not only you could do the Seder alone, you should do the Seder alone. So I think God is wanting more Seders this year. So if you can do the Seder alone, that would be very nice. So, to do a Seder alone is not complicated. Prepare matzah, 1 ounce at least. Prepare grape juice. Prepare the book, horseradish. Prepare something tasty to eat, like a piece of meat or a piece of fish. And prepare the wine and grape juice. There are 4 readings in the Haggadah. Only 4 main readings. If you can't read the entire Haggadah, the first reading is the Kiddush. The second reading is the story. The third reading is grace after meals. And the fourth reading is the Hallel section at the end. If you can't read the whole thing, read the Kiddush. Read a few paragraphs about the story of leaving Egypt. Read the first paragraph, the Baruch Atah of grace after meals. And read the last paragraph of the Haggadah, the blessing, giving praise to God for all the miracles He has done for us. For each reading, fill up 1 cup of grape juice or wine. That's why we have 4 cups of wine. Not because we want to get drunk. The reason we have 4 cups of wine is because we read a different reading over a separate cup of grape juice or wine. So my friends, l'chaim, Passover is coming. We're going to be home alone. Don't be in despair. You know, the first year when the Jewish people were in Egypt, they also had to be home alone. And they were not allowed to leave the house. They couldn't leave the house because there was a plague outside. Well, guess what? The next morning happened the redemption. Mashiach came, and they all left Egypt. This year, let's hope and pray we'll be home alone, let's say. Next morning, the Mashiach can come. Unbelievable. It's not hard to imagine Mashiach coming. God puts the evil back in the box, and everything is good. Imagine you lived 1,000 years ago, and sure, Mashiach will be here in 1,000 years. No problem. Well, guess what? Now is the time. The Lubavitcher Rebbe, the Chabad Lubavitch Rebbe, Rabbi Schneerson, whose birthday is today, 118 years ago was his birthday, promised that we are the last generation of exile, and we will experience the coming of Mashiach. He promised it to us. His promises that he made throughout his life always came true. We are fully believers and trust that Mashiach is coming, and let it happen right now so we can celebrate this year in Passover, not next year in Passover, this year in Passover. You know the song? Lashana Haba B'Yerushalayim. Next year, this year in Jerusalem. Lashana Haba B'Yerushalayim. Everybody say, this year in Jerusalem. Say it again and mean it. This year in Jerusalem. Amen. Everybody say Amen. God bless you. L'chaim. Amen. To life. Mashiach. Right now. Amen.